All right, so let's talk about another personality. As part of our four-part series, the last time we discussed about the unwavering positivist or the toxic positivist. And in today's session, we will be talking about another set of personality which is pretty prominent around us. And one thing about this personality is that it is not necessarily maligning. It is pretty much dormant or benign in nature, but that has a long-term draining effect. And specifically, when I say draining effect, it has a time draining effect. So, I'll talk from the perspective of how this is relevant to a team setting. So, consider yourself someone who is, you know, s- like a high performance individual, uh, very passionate about completing stuff at time. Uh, you have a winner's attitude that in the specific time frame you want to achieve what you need to achieve, and you feel bad about missing timelines, but at the same time, because you are good at your work, you are being offered more responsibilities, things like helping out other teams, uh, things like setting up stage in terms of mentoring other people, and you see it as part of your responsibility that everything in the company or around you should go well. By the way, going by the Stoic philosophy, you have to first think about yourself, think about your well-being before helping others out, because even though you may be effective at helping out everyone and may achieve greater results at every helping out everyone, but still that has a lot of draining effect on your mental health, and that would eventually lead to the turmoil in your personal life as well, whether or not it being spending more hours of time completing the work which otherwise you would have done with proper set of planning. So yeah, you talk about this personality, and as part of euphemism, I would like to name this personality as the time vampire, or the silent time drainer, because these are the people who, if I have to give you an example from corporate, are the ones who will always ping you on Slack and say, "Hey, can we have a quick discussion?" And then you'll say, "Sure, let's have a quick discussion." So they'll send you a Zoom link right away, which you think would take only 4 or 5 minutes, but eventually it sucks up hours and hours of your time. And even though these people have a very unnoticed presence, they are lurking in shadows. As I said, often benign, they do not have a malevolent nature. But again, because they have this tendency of getting everything reviewed, they want your time or your attention on getting your eye to be on everything that they are doing, eventually because they trust in your instinct, or maybe they are the ones who think that whatever you're doing is the right thing. uh, that's how they are looking for your attention, or maybe they are just seeking plain attention, and just wanted to show their work to you, because your opinion matters to them. uh, if you just try to project it over the larger scheme of things, you'll be losing most of your productive time helping these kind of people. And that is why they are the time vampires, they are the silent drainers of your time. So uh, more often than not, you will feel that, hey, this person has asked me for a 5 minute meeting, but then this meeting has taken like hours and hours of my time. And then because you have a winner's attitude, you would like to still complete your work at time, that would ultimately lead to physical health problems or mental health problems, because again, you'll be spending more hours of time. If you cannot commit to more hours of time because of your personal agendas, or because of your personal commitments, that would end up in the looming timelines, end up in the timelines getting missed, or a strenuous amount of stress that you will be indirectly taking out of it. And again, because the company does not necessarily encourage just helping out others. You are also one essential part of your company, and whatever you are doing is also kind of like a high stake work. If you're only indulging into helping out others and these people are getting help at the right time and they are achieving what they are supposed to achieve, and they are consistently seeking your time for more reviews and things like that, uh, ultimately you are going to slack, you are going to lose your productivity, and that is bad. And that is the most counterproductive thing when it goes to stoic philosophy, right? You have not helped yourself before helping out others. ये तो वही वाली बात है ना कि कोई जहाज डूब रहा है या कोई हवाई जहाज क्रैश हो रहा है, तो दे ऑलवेज आस्क यू टू यू नो take the first parachute for yourself and jump out. If you just keep on handing over the parachutes, you will be left with no parachute and you're ultimately going to die. And that's what eventually happens to people who have this, uh, unwavering sense of helping out others before, helping themselves, and expecting nothing out of it. Another perspective is that some people are very professional. They are time vampires, but they are very professional. They have this tendency of blocking time, sending you emails, scheduling meetings on Google Calendar or your Zoom calendar or whatever. But again, if you think about it, that also have like a backdrop in your head, that your mind would consistently look at the clock before this meeting is going to commence, and you know from their previous behavior that their 15-minute meeting is probably going to stretch up to couple of hours, and you are going to lose that productive time that you have allocated towards your work. Again, you think about all the subconscious activity that also happens in your mind. Your mind consistently thinks about all these hours while looking at the clock until this meeting is commencing, that this is the time that I would have spent writing the right set of code. I would have done something for my personal branding, or I would have eaten something. I don't know. There are too many things for your well being that you should have done before helping this person out, only for completing his agendas. And again, one of the behavior that you'll always very prominently see in time vampires is that uh, in the personal setting or in the one-on-one setting, they'll be very appreciative of you helping them. But in the larger scheme of things, when it is about saying that, hey, this person has helped me complete my work, nobody's going to do that. Because if some person is always saying that, hey, this person is helping me out at doing everything, then they are diluting their own position, right? If you're a human, that is totally understandable. Nobody likes to dilute their position by saying that, everything that I'm doing, I'm getting help from a certain individual on that. And as if you have a winner's attitude, and if you are kind of like an overachiever, even if someone is appreciating you for helping them out, it is not adding a lot to your experience, to be honest here. So again, how how do we how do we deal with that kind of personality again? So as you have already seen, that this has a lot of tangible loss for you in terms of the productive hours, and even in terms of the psychological toll that you are getting. You'll always have this feeling that you are consistently running on a treadmill tirelessly and you're not achieving anything out of it, because the tremendous amount of effort that you are putting in helping out is something that you would have essentially helped yourself out in terms of excelling, and you could have done much better, because this person only relies on helps and you are the one who is pretty much self-sufficient around doing things. So how do you essentially handle that kind of personality? So first of all, you have to set boundaries, and in terms of setting boundaries, you'll have to follow kind of like a rule. Maybe follow like a 45-15 rule, or like a 50-10 rule, which is essentially something like 50 minutes of consistent focus and then 10 minutes of your resting time. You can divide your day into chunks of the productive or more concentrated hours that you're going to spend without helping anyone, And in the hours that you're going to take break, maybe try to get some chunks out for listening to their problem, trying to help them out on the Slack messages, and try to weigh in every possibility of having a meeting with them, or every urgency that they tell you that hey, this is urgent. You have to be able, you should be able to weigh in your mind that maybe this is not as urgent, right? Maybe this is something kind of like a made up urgency, and this is something that you can easily get away with helping them out on a Slack message instead of just going on a Google call or a Zoom call with them. So yeah, this is all about showing your availability uh, when you're essentially available. If you're always available, then at the end of the day, you're gonna feel that you have done a thankless job. And ultimately, if that leads to you delaying your work or you missing the timelines, then you have also deteriorated your performance here. So you have to be a little deterrent here in terms of uh, choosing when to help. And I'm not saying that you should deny help. In a lot of settings, when you work in a role like an architect, or maybe like a engineering manager, or a software developer level 4, or a staff software engineer, a lot of your responsibility is around mentoring people. The another aspect of it is, whenever you have helped, do not help on the same topic again and again. If you are someone who is responsible for helping out, for mentoring people, you have to set examples in terms of recording media, or maybe writing documentation, or maybe writing reference material for everyone to later on reference. That would save a lot of time for you, and you do not have to consistently run into uh, helping people out and missing your own timelines. Just go by the theory of self care here. Again, one of the very crucial aspect is, because whenever you're in a small setting, a person who is always helping other people out is highly appreciated by everyone, because everyone will be saying in their one-on-ones with the leaders that hey, if this person is not there, how would we survive, because without him, how do we complete our work without him? They are unnecessary giving all these kind of appreciations to that person, which is not adding anything to his already rich experience. So essential thing for you who is responsible for mentoring or helping these people out is to draw this boundary and never run into this subconscious thought of a fear of missing out. You should not be having a FOMO in your mind that hey, if I have not helped my team members, or if I have not given them enough attention, then somebody else would give, and then I will dilute my position. This is a recipe to disaster. If you think about that, then you'll never grow in your role. The whole idea is there so that you grow in your role, and you set the stage for other people to grow as well. And a lot of times, the other peoples are going to grow when you actually do not do hand holding and let them take decisions, let them do the hard work, or let them do the groundwork here, let them get stuck into the problem and give them enough time to solve it themselves. So yeah, that was a quick one. This is a pretty prominent personality, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of your colleagues, or maybe even your seniors, might be doing that with you. So yeah, just be mindful of all those activities and always practice this art of self care, because that is the most important aspect here. Thank you.